Hi, this is Paige, and I am going to introduce you to the QuickBooks portion of the class. You'll see we're starting here with this segment from the syllabus. So you have this. Hopefully you've saved it. If not, it's available on Canvas. I'm just going to go through these bullet points and say a little bit about some of the different things. QuickBooks 2015 is available on All Access. It's very slow. You've got your own program disk if you bought the brand new text. The disk lasts for 140 days, which is enough for you to complete this semester. It doesn't work on a Mac, so you might want to use the All Access program, which is from the school, because you can access the program from there because you're a student, or you might have to go to the accounting lab and do your homework there, because they have the program on their computers. Secondly, in addition to the text and the disks that come with it, there's some great resources. If you click on this link right here, it will take you to the online Student Center. Click on Student Edition. You don't even have to pay for this. Student Edition. Let's just say you're going to look at Chapter 4. From Chapter 4, there's a multiple choice quiz. Well, there's these resources. The ones I want to point out are the multiple choice quiz. Every one of the chapters has a quiz. Your final in QuickBooks is 50 or 52 multiple choice questions. If you go through every one of these quizzes, this is a great preparation for the final because they're all multiple choice questions. You can also get your student data files here. Now, you don't really need your student data files from here because your disk that comes in the back of your book has got the student data files on them. The disk in the front of your book is the program disk. But if something happened to the disk at the back of the book, you could also download them from this particular location. There's a PowerPoint presentation, and that's probably about the only thing you would want to see on there. I already mentioned one of the two ways to get the student data files. What I recommend is take the data files, whether you're downloading them from where we just were or from your disk, and save all of them in a file on your disk. Not on your disk, but in your wherever you save your materials. One of the hardest things about this course is keeping all the files straight. So, in your hard drive, I recommend that you have a folder titled QuickBooks. Then inside that folder, you have 11 other folders, and each one of those is dedicated to a chapter in QuickBooks that we're going to be covering. And then in each one of those folders, like for Chapter 1, you can have the student data files, and then that's where you're going to save all of your work. If you don't do it like this, you're really going to get confused because you're going to have files that you download and that you're working on, and then you want to back up. So you're just going to have several folders. If you have any more questions about this, call me, and I can explain it perhaps better on the phone when you've got your computer in front of you. Now, this is a paperless course, so you're not going to be printing out anything. What you're going to be doing is exporting all of your reports that you normally would print out. You're going to export them to Excel. And the templates to do this can be found by clicking on this link, myquickbooks.com. That will take you to this. We are using QuickBooks 2015, so click on this one. We're not using 2014. QuickBooks 2015. Once you're there, scroll down and you'll see My QuickBooks Reports. Download the following Excel reports. You do your QuickBooks homework, then you export your QuickBooks reports to the Excel report templates. So when you download these, you click on them, open it up. You can save it if you want first. At some point you're going to have to save it. I'm going to go into QuickBooks here, or excuse me, into Excel. And this is what it's going to look like. This is the instruction page. This tells you what you're going to turn in. This matches the what's listed at the end of each chapter to tell you what you're turning in. So for chapter 1, you're turning in these 3 items. This is the trial balance from the chapter work that you're doing. And then at the end of the chapter, you have an exercise, and you're supposed to turn in 2 reports. Every chapter also has a project, and these are the reports that you're supposed to turn in. This trial balance here corresponds to this spreadsheet. This profit and loss corresponds to this spreadsheet. See how it says 1.1.2? That's because it's exercise 1.1, task 2. When you come here, what you have is a blank spreadsheet. But you're going to export your QuickBooks report, and then it will be filled in. I will be grading from these templates. That's the only way that I can grade. So each one of these chapters, download all of the templates. And again, put each template in a separate folder that's like the chapter 2 folder. So your student data, your work, like your QuickBooks file, and your Excel file would all be in your chapter 2 folder. Back to the syllabus. The QuickBooks chapter and end of chapter assignments will be graded for completeness, and then the projects and the cases, you've got 3 of those, will be graded for correctness. Pay close attention to make sure that you save the file as it specifies, like using the file title number that it tells you, but the label in the textbook. And there's instructions on how to export. We'll get to that in a second. So you are going to be turning in all of your QuickBooks homework in Canvas. From the Canvas homepage, you will go to the modules, and you will see, just so you can have an idea, there's the payroll module. Scroll down, and you'll see the QuickBooks modules. Okay, I'm going to jump here to negate. Each one of these modules has some information for you. There's some videos, PowerPoints, reading, and then the rubric, which will tell you how you're going to be graded. At the top is Submit Assignment. So you'll come in here and submit, and you will upload your file that you have saved. And this is going to be an Excel file, not the QuickBooks file. But you will have exported the QuickBooks file to Excel. You're going to upload your Excel file and submit your assignment. Follow the instructions on in Appendix D, page D4. Option 1A, Excel reports. You're only exporting the reports, not the documents. So you will see this. And then one of the things that you need to get practice at, because it's a little tricky with QuickBooks, and that is backing up and restoring your QuickBooks file. Really study the detailed instructions on page 143 through 148. The backup files, most likely you will never have to use, because that's just in case you lose your files. But as you're working in QuickBooks, they're automatically updating your information. So it's not like when you're in Word, you hit File Save. You don't have to do that. Whatever work you do in QuickBooks is being saved. So when you exit, when you come back in, the work that you did before is going to be there. You're going to start from where you left off. But if something happened to your data and you lost it, that is when you would use your backup file, and you would have to restore your backup file. Chances are you'll never even have to do this. But if you do, look at these instructions. Now, this whole text is preparation. It's based on helping you become certified in QuickBooks. And you can become a QuickBooks certified user by taking a test at the end of the course. It's not part of the course. It's optional. It costs money. And you can read more about it. This was on the home page. Becoming a QuickBooks certified user. This was, actually, it wasn't on the home page. It was in week 7. Watch this video. Becoming certified is a really good idea, because when you write on your resume that you know how to use QuickBooks, your potential employer doesn't know if you have a vague understanding or if you really understand it. If you can say you're a QuickBooks certified user, that's going to let them know you really understand it, as opposed to somebody that's just sort of dabbled in it. In the week 7 introduction to QuickBooks, you're going to see this right here, QuickBooks exporting and other hints. This is probably the most important thing that I could show you. I get so many questions, you can't believe it, that could be answered if students would read this. So the one thing, I mean, you can read this on your own, but a main thing is, if you've got an issue with the program not doing what you want, usually it can be fixed by downloading all the QuickBooks updates and installing the updates. And the easiest way is to exit the QuickBooks software, reopen, and then it's going to ask you if you want to install the updates, and you say yes. And then after you install the updates, reopen the company file and try it again. I mean, I can't tell you how many issues will be solved by following this particular thing. Look and read this carefully. And one of the things I'm going to tell you now, only because there's so many people that mess up on this, it's imperative that you follow instruction 11 on the instruction reports tab every time you export. So where is that instructions report tab? It's in the Excel template that you downloaded, and it is right here, always on the far left, instruction report. Step 11, select advanced, and then follow step 12, uncheck space between columns, step 13, and continue on. This is the main thing, 11 and 12. Because if you don't do that, then when you send in your spreadsheet to me, none of your amounts show up. And I can't grade your project because I use a program called Grade Assist. And if you've got spaces between columns, then I can't use the Grade Assist. And I'm not going to bounce it back to you because I'm not going to keep your grading. You'll just lose points. So that has to be done correctly. If there are any more issues with 2015, let me know, and I'll send out a notice to the class. Otherwise, get started now, because I guarantee 2, 3, 4, who knows how many of you will have technology problems. And if you wait till the end, you're going to run out of time. And I'm going to hold you to the due dates. So get going now to make sure that everything goes smoothly. You're going to love QuickBooks. It's really a great program.